Hi, I'm Sarah DeCiccio. I'm a certified holistic health coach, founder of Finding Your Wellspot, and I'm also partnered with USANA Health Sciences. So if you watched our first episode of Two Women Talking, we were talking about the whole new trend of protein diets, plant protein-based diets. A lot of people are going that way now, trying to figure out whether that's going to help them to lose weight. And that's a great idea too, because maybe you're going to thrive on a plant protein-based diet. Usually when people do a plant-based diet, they eat fewer calories, they eat less of the bad fats. It's really good for people who are fighting diabetes, or if you're trying to prevent cardiovascular disease or obesity. It's also a great diet, if you want to call it that, to follow. As well, it's low glycemic, so meaning it's not going to spike your insulin levels, especially if you do have diabetes or borderline diabetic. It's a great source of protein for you. It's a great source of fiber, and it's also a great source of iron. So unfortunately, I don't have any beans with me today. I have to go and buy some at the store, but I like to buy my beans dried. That way I know how much salt's added to them, how much sugar if they added sugar to it. But if you're in a jam, don't be afraid to buy canned beans. You can absolutely do that. They're a little bit less work than if you buy them dry, but they're also cheaper when you buy them dry. Most people don't want to eat beans. Why? Because it makes them fart. And nobody likes to do that in front of people, right? It can be embarrassing. So a lot of people will try to avoid beans because they don't want to be all gassy from it. There could be a couple reasons why that's happening. One, your digestive system isn't working properly, so you don't have good hydrochloric acid. Maybe you're not digesting the beans very well. And two, most people don't prepare their beans properly to prevent that gassy feeling. So usually when you're getting the bloating and the gassiness, it's from the sugar fermenting in your colon, which causes you to fart. So to prevent that, you need to be soaking your beans. So anything that beans and even nuts, you should be soaking. So what I mean by this is, if I had dried beans or nuts, you pour them into a bowl, you cover them with filtered water, and you're gonna let them sit there for at least 12 to 24 hours. I usually let mine sit overnight, so I'm not staring at it. I'll do it the night before, let them soak overnight, and then I will cook them. They'll usually double in size, so that's how you know that you've soaked them long enough, your beans. And then after that, you can give them a good rinse, and then you can go ahead and cook them accordingly. Now, when you're cooking beans, a lot of people want to add salt or some kind of acidity. You don't want to do that while you're cooking your beans because it draws the moisture out. So when you're drawing the moisture out, it makes them hard and tough, and you don't want that. So you want to make sure that you add that towards the end of the cooking process. And I want to back up a little bit here. Soaking is also really important because on the beans and the nuts, it has phytic acid. Phytic acid is an enzyme inhibitor, which means that it's not going to release the enzymes you need to digest properly. Enzymes are very important for you to digest your food. So in nature, when they're growing, this phytic acid protects them so the germination process doesn't happen. So you know, when the bean comes up and says hello to the world, when it sprouts, that's germination, and they're preventing that with the phytic acid. So we need to get that off so that we can digest it properly. As well, when we don't soak them, that phytic acid binds to some of our minerals, and we don't actually absorb some of the minerals that we're ingesting. So another reason why you want to soak your beans and your nuts. So once you're done cooking them, to tell if they're done or not, you can slice it open. If it's all the same color inside, then you know it is done. If it's slightly more pale in the center, then you know that you'll have to cook them a little bit longer. So that's really it about beans. It's pretty straightforward. Not everyone thrives on a plant-based diet. So if you believe in, or if you've ever heard of the blood type test diet, so depending on what blood type you are, some people do better on a plant-based diet. So for example, type A's do much better on a plant-based diet than say O's. Okay, so just try it out. You don't have to do it full force. So for example, I know personally I wouldn't do very well on a plant-based diet because I love animal protein. So I try to switch it up. You could even do, like, say, one day all you're going to do is plant-based protein, or you can just switch out one meal per day. That's going to be plant-based protein, so it's not constantly animal protein, and you can fool around with it that way and to see how you feel. And plant-based protein diets are amazing because they're going to alkalize your body, and you're going to have way more energy. So I challenge you to just give it a try, see if you like it, see if you thrive on it or not, because really it's a wonderful, cheaper way even to get protein into your diet. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you found it useful, and we will talk to you again next time. Follow me on Facebook, Sarah DeCiccio, Finding Your Wellspot, YouTube and Instagram at Finding Your Wellspot, and you can also check me out on my website, www.findingyourwellspot.com.